Mmm, yummy.
Hey, I'm Bear, and this is Babu.
And today we are going to make you Grandma's secret onion soup recipe. Now, I can't give you the full name.
No, because it's a secret.
It's a family secret.
However, we just happened to put all the ingredients together and filmed us making the secret. So the secret might be out, but it's probably not, and this is what the outcome of that secret is.
If you listen all the way through, we've actually thrown in a little bit of a secret tip that we didn't put in the ingredients.
Yeah, we figured there are some things too good to just give. You have to earn it.
Work for it just a little bit. So, if you like what you see, simply click that subscribe button below.
And all of the tips and tricks are going to be in the links below, except for that secret.
That secret's in the recipe. Okay, the first important part we have is cutting our onions.
To cut the onion. The onion is the most important part of the onion soup. So we're going to get right away and show you how to cut this properly, and we're going to get that right onto the saute pan. To cut the onion properly, we cut off the bottom and top of the onion, and then we simply are going to cut right down the middle, and we are going to peel the onion. And this I love to do the
throw.
I just love to throw.
All right, I'm going to do it too.
Look
That
at
was
you!
fun.
Look at you go! You threw in the kitchen. She never throws. She's the one that's like, "Don't throw in the house," and she's throwing in the kitchen. This is great.
It's fun to throw.
So anyway, I'm going to let you cut it.
Oh.
Yes, I am going to let you cut it.
I'm good.
So we're going to do a 3-cut first.
Actually, this is a big onion.
Well, this is a bigger
More
one.
than
So
that.
normally 3, but this is a big onion, although we have a really bigger onion over there.
Yes.
So we got 3, and then we are going to simply chop down about 1/4 inch type, spoon size. Works really, really well. And we're going to do this for all of the onions.
All right.
Those tears are going to start rolling.
I know, this one's a little strong.
This is a little bit strong. All right, we're going to chop all of these up.
Now that we're back and we have these onions all chopped, it is time to saute.
Woo!
So we're going to add some olive oil.
Lovely. Now this is a pretty hot pan right now.
You're going to add some butter.
Ooh, give us
Get that
something.
melted.
To prevent it from burning, we take it off the heat. Let the butter cook in the butter.
I do want to mention that we have the shallots here separate because the shallots are going to go in later, so they're not going to be cooked in with all
We're
these
going to
other-
cook them in with the broth.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so now that this butter is melted, let us add some fabulous onions. Lettuce. Woo!
That a pile of onions.
Oh, look at that go. See, they made us cry, and now we've turned the tides.
They did make me shed a few tears, I have to say.
They did. So now what we're going to do is we're going to saute this. However, to save some time, which we recommend, we're going to put this on the stove behind us, and then we're going to bring our pot up front, and we'll start our roux and get the rest of this going.
Sounds great.
All right, so now we're going to start with our roux, and she's getting the butter ready. What we recommend to melt butter quick and easy is chop it into pieces, more surface area. That allows the butter to melt a little bit faster and evenly. It doesn't allow things to burn. So we're going to melt down this butter here.
I'm going to go get those onions a shake.
Excellent, and I'm going to get this roux started. Now for this particular roux, we're going to use butter and flour, which is pretty common. Although roux can be any fat and any starch, so you're not limited to just the butter and the flour, which everybody hears and thinks automatically. So if we can, let's put in that flour, please. All right, good deal. And now let's get that in here and coat it up even with that butter.
That looks nice. It's starting to brown already.
It is at the perfect texture, I think.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we are going to let this finalize caramelize, and then we're going to take our caramelized onions and add them into this mix right here and get that going. All right, the onions are sauteed. We have them here in this bowl, and
delicious.
They are amazing.
I would eat them just like this.
Yeah, this is a treat, especially if you had a steak. Right.
Right on.
We're going to add them into our beautiful roux. If you can help me, my dear. Hold on. Let me get it. There we go. All right, now put that down. Let's get these onions covered in this roux. Why are we doing this? Because we're going to make the best onion soup. Next, we have...
shallots.
We do. We have some shallots. We're going to add them in at this time now. We didn't add them in with our onions. We wanted to caramelize those, so now we're creating different textures. Right? Now we're going to break them up. We're going to get that all in there. And we'll let it cook together. Look at that. Look at that beautiful roux.
I love the purple and the brown. It's nice and thick.
It is nice and thick. Now, let's add half of our broth.
Okay.
You take your pick. We have two. This is a chicken stock we're adding. And we also are going to use a beef stock.
That's going to make it so flavorful.
It is. And this is a beef stock that I actually just finished making. And it's a special, look at the color of that beautiful beef stock.
Yes.
It has such a beautiful color.
And you cooked it for how long?
So 12 in the afternoon to 3 in the morning.
And it was on a real low simmer. It's definitely so much better flavor in it than you would get in the boxes or cans that you get.
100%. Let's add some more of that, please. Good. You just want to get this in there. That's perfect. All right, so now we're going to get this up and boiling. And then we are going to add some sherry. And we're going to add some port wine. So this is just wonderful.
Do I get to taste the port wine as we cook?
We could do a little taste test. This is the sherry. This is very nice. It is important, I must say, buy a cooking wine or sherry that you like the way it tastes. So whatever we put into the product, it's got to taste good. It's not going to get better. If I don't like it now, it's kind of not going to get better. So we just like to put in some of this. Is basically it. So we'll say that much is going to be probably pretty good for this. And then we also have a port.
Yes.
This is a lovely
and
port.
I love this port. It is so flavorful, and the smell.
I'll let you have that privilege. And we're going to add some port in there as well.
I think some of that's going to end in a glass here later.
It probably will with our soup. And then we are going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Would you like to do the salt or the pepper? And we're going to let's use the coarse, the big ones, because we're going to boil this for a while. So we're going to use some real chunky pieces of salt in here, and it's to taste. Of course, we're not going to taste it now, but we know that the stocks that we make, we don't have salt, and we know there's hardly any salt in the onions.
The butter was no salt.
No salt. So this is where we start layering those flavors and textures. So let's get some nice pepper in there. So anyway, we're going to let this now cook on for about an hour, and then we'll check back with you. Okay, we are just about done. Final steps of progress. We're going to start with our baguette, and we're going to cut it down.
And we're making crostinis to put on the top of our soup.
Yeah, I'm going to go with like a 1/4 inch. You think that's a good size?
I think as long
That's
as
a
the
1/2
spoon
inch.
can cut through that. Maybe
That's a
a little
1/2
bit
inch.
thinner.
I'm going to go with
because
1/4
it's gotta,
inch.
Yeah, cut down through.
I'm going with this side. I think that's a little bit better.
Perfect.
Right, that'll be a nicer. So actually, it's the same size. All right, let's do this again. It doesn't. Let's do. You know what it is? The first one wasn't straight.
Okay.
So now here, this is Christine. So I'm just playing.
So I am going to give you guys just a little tip here. For those of you that did not cheat and just skip to the end or skip to our bloopers and you really stuck through this, in our French onion soup that's almost done, that's been simmering, we actually added a rind of...
Shh! It's the secret!
They can know because they stuck through...
It's the secret!
No, they stuck through the video! Oh, they deserve to know.
They do. There is a secret.
We added a rind of the Parmesan cheese to just slow boil in that. So it's going to give a lot more flavor into your soup. And before we serve it, we take that piece of rind out.
Yeah, so that's one of those hidden flavors that you don't know it's in it, but it's in it.
Makes it delicious.
It does. So now we got our crostinis. I have some extras because these are not cut properly because I was really just not even thinking properly, to be honest with you. This happens. So anyway, it is important to keep everything consistent in size. So these will not go to waste. Oh, no, they will not. These will have butter on them, and we will be eating those, I'm sure. So that's okay. But we do have our crostinis, and realistically, we want them to have a little bit of oil on them.
Olive oil.
A little bit of olive oil, which this is a new thing for me, so I'm scared. How's it going to come out?
How's it going to come
out? Well, just there we go. Oh, it's nice. Look how good that is. So a little drizzle, and then a little bit of salt. I think a little salt's going to be nice on that. And this is, we have some settings here, so we want it on to be a fine salt. So we'll do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Right, now we're going to just pop this in a 450 oven. We have it preheated. It'll only take a couple minutes. We just want to get a nice toast on that to go in our soup.
Wait a minute. Why don't we add some Parmesan cheese?
Oh.
Let's put a little Parmesan cheese right on this. Oh. Look at the precision this. This is a beautiful job. I could watch for days. Let me gaze at the precision of that. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. We're going to pop this in the oven. We said it was at 450. Let's do it.
Right. And it's only going to take a couple minutes. Keep a close eye. We're just wanting that crusty texture to it so that when we put it inside of our soup, it stays nice and crisp for us.
It's going to be great. Hey, okay, so the tostinis
are done.
They're finished. So now what we've done in the interim is we have ladled some soup into the bowls that we're going to choose. You choose any bowl that you want. However, we chose these bowls because they have something that's a perfect size to them, which allows us, when we plate it, to cover it in a beautiful way. It's going to be gourmet style. So let's get right to it. We first start with the beautiful soup, and we take a crostini and we put it right on the top. And then we take another crostini and we put it on the top. Now, some might say, my gosh, they made extra crostinis. You never have an extra.
No, never, ever have an extra.
Never. So those, they're not going to be used. Oh no. At this point, but we will use these soon. Now, we're using Swiss cheese and provolone cheese.
Havarti.
Havarti cheese.
We decided on Havarti cheese for this.
So we're going to plate one piece of cheese hanging off the bowl and on the soup. And you'll see what we did here is we did a bridge. Aha! We have our soup covered with cheese, and we're going to now put them on this extremely hot pan. Remember, it's hot because we just took it out of the oven. And good news, we're going to put it right back in the oven and watch it like a hawk.
Yes.
Because this doesn't take too long to melt.
We're going to let that cheese melt and ooze all down the sides and across the top. And it is going to be delicious.
It's going to be so good. We're going to toast.
Ooh, toast.
To it that we've done such a great job. Right? We're just going to toast to our successes.
Nice crunch.
That's a good tostini. Hey, we are ready to eat almost. We're at the final stages here. We just took them out of the oven and we have it melted beautifully. Now here's a glitch of what's going on. This one you'll see is more flush. This one's more raised. So you have to decide though, which one is better? Do you like the raised effect? Or do you like the more boring effect? I like the raised effect. It's the winged look. That was just my own choice. But to top it all off, we did cut up some fresh chives. We're going to get that on top.
Yeah, but just a little bit on the top, little flavor.
Oh, look how beautiful that looks. Oh my gosh, these things look fantastic. They're really hot, so we're going to carefully bring them by the fire.
Can't wait to dig in.
It's going to be amazing. We'll see you there. Hey, we are by the fire getting ready to review the...
There's no name, it's secret.
Oh, that's right, it's a secret. It's Grandma's secret. So we're going to review the secret, and we're going to...
Onion soup.
It's an onion type soup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yummy. All right. Wow.
The smell has been so good. I got break through that cheese.
I got the cheese, I got some bread, I got it all. Yummy, yummy. Go. First thought.
Delicious.
Good. That's good.
Definitely delicious. Very rich flavors. And I was trying to count the different layers of flavors. The sherry I definitely can taste.
And a nice balance. Sweetness. Yes, I like this. I like the complexity, and yet it was simplistic to make.
Yes, it was very easy to make.
So if you are going to try and impress a significant other,
Yes.
this is a way to do it, because this shows a professionalism, and yet it's really simple.
Very simple, and it's velvety almost in texture, probably from the roux. So it has a little thickness to it, but not too much. So it gives it a very nice balance on your tongue. It just kind of lays on your tongue and kind of plays with you a little bit.
It does. And that allows all of your senses to pick up all these different flavors.
Wow.
So in my travels, and I'm a vast traveler, in my travels, I have never experienced the flavors of this type of soup. This is an onion soup, but it's not a traditional everyday onion soup.
I think a lot of traditional onion soups have just the beef broth, where we incorporated a chicken broth with it.
Correct.
And you could use a vegetable broth too, really, if you wanted to with this and wanted to make it more vegetarian.
You can make it completely vegetarian if you'd like. But what with the beef broth that we use as well, that was a homemade, very long marinated and drawn out of the bone flavor. So we have a great advantage, and I'm sure that's helping with this tremendously. However, a store-bought box, you throw it all together, it's going to taste darn close to this. And it's going to be very satisfying. So as always, we appreciate you being here, and we wish you all a wonderful evening. Those are the eyes that I have seen in the bedroom. I tell you, you have a look of just delight going down. It is a delicious
You know, I really... Who's saying it?
It definitely needs some salt. Amazing too, it's so bland without that little bit of salt, like knocks it up a notch.
Totally different.
Is this hot? No, we'll be able to handle it. And this
But this is
fucking hot.
I know, I already touched me. Didn't you hear me say ow? I said ow.
That hot! I have to make the note. A beautiful French onion soup that we're going to meet you by the fire in right now.
No, we're not. This is the beginning. We're going to subscribe.
Oh, I always do that.
That secret's in the recipe.
We will see you by the fire. I wanted you to add in that. You were supposed to say by the fire.
By the fire because we're just starting to cook it. This is the intro. You keep doing that.
Oh. Oh, forgot that shit.
That subscribe button below.
Woo!
And we will see you soon.
What the fuck is that? See you soon. Let me just shake my balls for that one. Gotta get you in a good humor mode. Are you ready? So let's do the subscribe thing, because I'm not supposed to say it, but you didn't say, so I'm like.
I was waiting.
Okay. Just go to the subscribe thing. Hey, if you like what you see, just.
If you like what you see, please
Wait,
click that
we can't
cough.
cough. Yeah. We can pause. It's a sexy cough. We always say, we shouldn't say like, but it's the first thing that comes to my body when I taste it. I'm like, it's so good.
I mean, that's all you.
What could I say? My mouth is full, so I don't want to say anything. You know, I want to, Because the soup is so yummy. It's just so good. I've been trying not to do that on camera. I've been trying to just not do it. Physically, I'm going, don't, I take a bite, and the first thought is, and I go, don't do it. And then the second bite, I do it almost, and it almost comes out. It's so much.
Now that we've got this onion all chopped up, we're gonna get it sauteing, get it soft.
Wait, time out. It's not sauteing.
Where you at?
You said it's going to get it sauteing.
Sauteing.
Not sauteing.
It's my southern.
Saute.
We're gonna get it sauteing.
No N. Tay.
We're gonna get it sauteed.
Saute.
Saute.
Not tame.
Well, I'm sauteing.
No, you're not. You're saute.
We're gonna saute
We're going
the
to
onions.
saute the onions.
I have to say it like that. I'm gonna saute the onions.
Well, you don't have to accentuate, but
The
you do have to.
onions.
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 All right, you ready? Let's go. Wait, we're going to start over.
Okay.
I don't think this stuff is in it, honestly. It's like here and here. So let's see. Doesn't see anything of it.
Where again?
Here and definitely here. All right. Are you ready?
Fixing your hair.
You know, I thought it was in my eyes for a moment, and then I realized I don't really have any hair, so what's in my eyes? It's kind of like odd. It's like I really feel like something's in my eye, but there's nothing in my eye. There's no web.